Well, guess what? Welcome to the Mental Margarita Show. I got Felice Schlesinger in the house. This is unbelievable. She's an amazing mother, first and foremost. CEO of Determined Management as well, as a radio personality in Determined Radio, as well as Orchestration Radio, A&R manager. The list goes on and on. Oh, man. And she's also a heavy participant in the community in Chicago. Where did all this determination come from?
It's in my blood. It's just in my blood. It's just in my, and I think it's because I'm an Aquarius, and Aquariuses, we're known for being humanitarians for sure. And we're known for having a lot of heart and a lot of love. And so I definitely love what I do. And I think that's super important. A lot of people I know are stuck in jobs that they can't stand and they hate and they can't wait to get home. I luckily don't have that issue yet. I hope I never do. I never do. But yeah, I just think it's just in my blood. It's just how I am. How I am.
Tell me about Stand Up for Kids.
So Stand Up for Kids is a drop-in center. We are located on the north side of Chicago. So in the city, I live in downtown Chicago. I don't live in a suburb. So when people say Chicago, I really live in Chicago. A lot of people like to say, and they live in the suburbs. Okay, but I really live in Chicago. So Stand Up for Kids is a drop-in center. It's on the north side of Chicago. It's basically a place where kids that are under the age of 24 can come in and get some food. They're usually street kids, gang kids, kids that have, family issues. Maybe they live at home still, maybe they don't. A lot of LGBTQ. What else? And basically that's how that rolls. And so they can come in and get some food, and we have a donation closet. They can get some clothes. They can charge their phones. A lot of kids have like government phones, so they have that. Yeah. They can charge their phones, get a hot meal because they don't get that. There's TVs everywhere. They can play video games. So that's on one of the nights, and then we have like more of a structured night that we're doing now. So we have people coming in that we have now computers, so they can come and like learn something. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like appointment, they come in, they can sit at a computer. We will teach them like graphics or any kind of like media type stuff, so that's the thing. Like you want to get them off the street, but they don't have any, or a lot of them have been incarcerated, you know what I'm saying? So now they're out and they don't know, they can't get a job or, any of that kind of stuff. So we deal with a lot of that. So yeah. I've been there for probably over 6 years. Before that, I was actually at a drop-in like emergency shelter, which is where they would go to sleep. We could only take so many kids and they'd sleep on mats on the floor and that kind of situation. So I started with that. Actually, even before that, I started with just feeding people on the street and that kind of thing. And then I found it and I started volunteering at this shelter, and that shelter led me to Stand Up for Kids. But I've been doing this probably my whole life. I mean, I had my kid, she's 16 now, she's a baby, a newborn in that backseat, and I'm feeding dogs on the street. Whatever. That's just
you just got a big heart. You got a big heart. And everybody knows that how bad it's been in Chicago, being in the music game. There's been so much violence and things that have been very unfortunate. So, just hearing that, knowing that there's people out there that are caring, that are fighting this, because, a lot of these kids, they don't have the right parenting or they don't have the right, foundation. So it's good that you're providing that. Determined Management Group. What is that? Okay. What does that roster, as well as the vision of that management group, what does that look like?
So that started basically it's actually kicked off because of Stand Up for Kids. And one of my kids, who's now in their 30s, well past, said to me, they're like, I'm an amazing rapper. I really need a manager. I need you to manage me. I'm like, I don't know anything about this. So now we're talking like 10 years ago now. And I'm like, I don't know anything about management. What? And he's like, could you do this? Could you help me find shows? Yeah. And he's like listing things. And I'm like, yeah, I could do all those. Okay, well, then you could be a manager. So I'm like, let me just dive into that and see what that looks like. So from that, it just led to the next. Everything just led from one thing to the next. So management then led to radio. Radio then led to, no, I take it back. Management led to doing shows around Chicago. and headlining people, and then that led to radio. And it's just like a tripod, or however that word is, you know.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So
that's divine intervention.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love it. So that's, you know, I'm just like, okay, I'll learn that. I love growth. I crave growth. I crave it. So if I can grow and learn something, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if it's scary, I'm going to be scared, but I'm still, that's the thing. You still got to do it. Like,
you got to face your fears.
Whatever you're scared of, that's what you should be doing then, you know, just dive in and do it. You know, you'll figure it out as you go.
Yeah. I like that. I think that's a great way of thinking. Yeah. And so you have any artists that you want to give a shout out that are part of your management group?
So I manage Ejilla Beats. He is actually he actually has a studio here in Chicago. He's you can find him on BeatStars too. It's Ejilla Beats. It's EJILLA Beats. You can find him on BeatStars. He's a producer. He's an engineer. He's a DJ. He's an artist, and he's a writer. So he's all of those things.
Wow.
A lot going on. And so I manage him, and then I manage another artist that is formerly Willie Neal. He's now Love Child. It's LVCHXLD. So there's no vowels.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people are like, what does that say? I'm like, it says Love Child. And they're like, oh yeah, I see it now. Like, so he changed his name during COVID. So Willie Neal is actually also a producer. So he is a producer of Willie Neal. It's the same person. Producer Willie Neal, but his artist name is Love Child. So he actually makes his own beats for his own music as well. So if you see, it'll say produced by Willie Neal, artist is Love Child. It's the same person. It confuses people, but it's the same. I know. He is also a videographer. He's also a videographer as well. So he does videos on, and his uncle is actually Death Row Records, Danny Boy. So
Danny Boy.
That's his mom's brother. So yeah, so he's been in this business for a long time, learned a lot of stuff from Danny Boy. Learned all the business part of it, you know, and then came out as an R&B singer as well.
Excited that I got Felice in the house. If there is an artist watching this right now, and I'm sure there's a lot, how do they connect with you, Felice?
You could just go to either Facebook or Instagram, type in Determined Radio, done. I'm there, DM.
That's it.
I'm really good at answering back too. I'm really good at it.
Yeah. You know what? You got to support, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I do.
And it's a pleasure to support Determined Radio.
Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure to meet Felice. Thank you so much for being on the show. We got to bring you out to Vegas. We got to collaborate soon.
Definitely. I know some people there, so I can come out there. I know some people.
Absolutely. Well, God bless you, and you have a good one now.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, let's check the world.
Thanks.
Big vibes.
big vibes.
Yeah, man.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, my brother. And I say that because your gear right now is fire.
Ah, thanks, my brother.
Yeah, I'm all about swag, yo. Big vibes.
Welcome to the Margarita Show.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. You know, I'm really happy to be on the show.
Serrani, Jamaican dancehall singer, producer, musician. The hit song No Games, the astounding collaboration with Sean Paul. He Loves Me, Romance Me.
Oh my gosh.
Man, you're a lover, man. Oh, from Kingston, Jamaica. Did you know in your heart, let me ask you something. Did you know in your heart early on that this was your calling?
To be a singer?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Like, I didn't grow up singing.
You started off producing.
I started off just playing the piano as a kid. That's it. Like, as a three-year-old, I fell in love immediately. You know what I mean? But it was nothing to do with singing. Like, I you know, you would never believe this. A lot of people won't believe this, but the first time I even knew that I had a voice was when I was 25.
Are you serious? 25?
I had no idea that I had this ridiculous tone.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like it up to this day, I end up being just as much a fan as my actual fans because it's new to me. I didn't grow up knowing
Wow.
that I can sing. So, and then I've always loved music. Like I'm extremely passionate about, I'm fully, deeply in love with music. So to like my favorite artist of all time is Tracy Chapman,
Oh
right?
God, Tracy. Yes.
Right. That she's my artist. And usually when I love an artist, it's because of the different tone of their voice, you know. It's
Yeah.
that's number one for me, the sound of the artist. And I like artists that sound different than anybody.
Yeah. That's so
So
important.
I've grown up loving Tracy as my number one because her tone is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
And her delivery also is ridiculous. So I don't know how it happened, but I ended up having like I sing like her a bit,
Wow. Isn't
you
that
know, like, but I don't know if it was it. I don't know what's going on. It's just a power, but she's my favorite artist. So up to this day, like her style,
yeah.
my style is 100% based off her style. But I still, obviously, I'm gonna bring Serrani to it. You know what I mean? So
Right.
if I don't say it, you may not know, but really and truly, I emulate her, you know? And music is, as I said, it's my life, it's my passion, it's my wife, you know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
I'm gonna give y'all something for real, real.
And you know what? We got to bring you out in Vegas. I think that's something that needs to happen. But what do you think when you think of dance hall? When you think, because you add this pop thing to it, and it just really takes it to another level. I mean, where do you think the state of the music is when it comes to that? Do you feel like it's not getting the attention that it needs as much? What is your take on the landscape of reggae music as a whole, dancehall, all that good stuff?
I think there are many different factors.
Yeah,
I think we need a school for dancehall.
that's deep.
You know what I mean? Like, or we're so ridiculously talented in our country. It's all around
Hmm.
that we need to nurture um our talented kids from school because a lot of our kids don't have the right family structure, you
Yeah,
know, and just simple as you take it, don't even really know discipline, you know, and understand that there's a thing called work ethic. You know what I mean? Like,
you gotta have it.
yeah. So like,
It's so true, though. It's very true.
so that I would say on our end, the artists don't even understand the business, you know. Even me sometimes there's some things I don't know too, you know.
Yeah,
So like it would have been important for me to go to school, but there's no school in Jamaica. So I'm saying, like, for me, I think that our musicians need to know the business
yeah,
and also need to go to school for discipline too, you know, go to a proper music school for reggae dancehall music for discipline too,
yeah,
you know. So that's that end. Um on the other end, we don't have representation. We don't have a proper reggae dancehall music industry.
industry. Yeah,
We don't have anybody. We don't have a proper company that can represent us. Like, we're majority of the time just doing it off the fly. Like,
uh,
yeah, like,
uh,
yo, okay, there's Serrani. All right. Um, let's go try this. you know,
yeah,
and I literally the sparkle that you're seeing is me being in another world, in another realm. Like,
I love that word, realm.
I'm in a whole different world right now. I'm not even sure if my consciousness is off. I swear I'm in a whole different world right now. Deep lost into music. I know nothing else but what I'm doing. I listen to my music every single day right through. You're interrupting me right now from listening to my music. Like that's how serious.
No, I feel blessed. I feel lucky.
Yeah, like if I get on a call, I feel some type of way. Like I want to get off. You know,
Yeah.
I'm talking to my friend just now. I actually want to just listen to my song.
Yeah.
You know, because I swear I'm in another world.
You're focused. You're focused.
Yeah. Focus. Deep focus.
That's great. Well, I'm gonna let you focus back on your songs, but I definitely want to.
I was playing. It wasn't that serious. Don't do that. But yeah, that was your last question, though. You're right.
It was. That was good timing. But I thank you, man. I thank you for coming on the Mental Margarita Show, man. It's a pleasure. And we definitely gotta hook up, man, in the future, brother.
Big vibes, man.
Absolutely, man. And you know what? For the audience, is there any information you want to give them for them to keep updated with you and all that good stuff?
Yo, just follow me on Instagram at Surrounding Music. That's where I frequent.
Okay.
I'm always on Instagram, checking out what my fans is saying.
All right, man. Keep that sparkle, man.
Yeah, man. Big vibes, big bong vibes.
Let's shake the world, brother. You have a good one.
Man. You too, my brother.
All right. Yeah. Welcome to the Mental Margarita Show. I got James Tate on the show. This guy is just absolutely phenomenal. The things that he does for the community, the passion that he has, and the will, and most importantly, you know, he wants to make it a better world for the youth, for our generations to come, including us as adults being responsible and you know, being kings. You know, we gotta have kings and queens. We don't need some thugs running around.
Absolutely.
How you been, my brother?
Hey man, well, I am having you know, a few medical issues right now, being up in age, man. And let me expand on that a little bit, man. I'm 68 years old, and most men, when they reach that age, man, they did develop prostate issues. And right now, I have a large prostate. And prostate, it could contracts you, enables you to urine. So I'm going through the process of you know, utilizing the medication to shrink it, to do whatever I got to do. It's been a 2 months process. Never been in a situation where I had any type of medical issues in my life. None whatsoever. So it's kind of, you know, it's you know, an experience for you. But it's an awakening, because what I should have been doing, you know, is, you know, it makes me think about the things that we don't think about until it happens, you know. So preparation, you know, so it goes back to what we were speaking about earlier about preparing for our generations to come, you know. If we don't do something in this time of turmoil that we're dealing with right now, our future generations are definitely doomed to destruction, man, because this is certainly destruction that we are witnessing right now, man. And, you know, my plight in life, you know, like I'm formerly incarcerated, 26 years, federal and state, and I've been home now 20 years. Started doing this work when I was inside. I started doing PCRs and doing appeals for other people. I can help get everybody out of jail but myself. And you know, but I picked up a lot of knowledge on, you know, how the system operates and how to manipulate and operate the system, how to play in their ball field, you know. So I came home and started working with various organizations to find different type of ways to restore justice, man, to bring back, you know, I don't believe in criminal justice reform. There's no such thing as reforming a system that's designed to do exactly what it does. You know, what we need is restorative justice. Restorative justice, okay, if I do wrong, let me make amends to you for what I did, and we sat down and make an applicable deal with that situation. That's restoring justice. Okay,
right?
Whatever would satisfy you, because and actually I'm working on a process of reaching back to some of the victims that I had back in the 80s and the 70s that I was doing my thing to. And I want to see what type of amends I could make. And I want to do it publicly and make it national to say,
wow.
Now, if I'm ready to, go back and say, okay, I did wrong, I did wrong to you. How could I make it up to you? You know what I'm saying? Even though, and some people might, whatever it is, it's up to, us to sit down, but that's how you restore justice.
Yeah.
If you Google it, you will see what it is. There's no such thing as reforming it. This is designed to do exactly what it does. Goes all the way back to the first badge that was ever placed on a man. It was there to catch slaves, and to this day, bring you to exactly this day, which is 209. The situation with our president, I want to understand that the whole criminal justice system is on trial as far as I'm looking at the spotlight, and I'm already seeing, disproportions. I'm like, you say you're not gonna put handcuffs on him?
Right.
You say you're not gonna prep walk him?
Right.
So why you talking about the Constitution and how this thing's supposed to be done? My understanding is when they put the handcuffs on you, that's when they extract your liberties.
Right.
Not when you walk into the courtroom. Now you're dealing with the situation. Well, if that's the case, wait till you get everybody to court, and then we talk about it. So you don't lock them up, because once they put the handcuffs on you legally, that's when they extract your liberties.
That's right.
So, and we want to revert back to the way the Constitution is supposed to be operated. You're already diverting right here. So the whole criminal justice system is on trial as far as showing us exactly what January 6th. This is January 6th all over again.
I'm telling you.
So I don't care about telling it. I don't care. Do what you may. I work directly for Jesus, so I have no problem going to meet him. So I'm saying, so I'm going to tell it. I'm going to bring it. You know what I mean?
And I thank you so much for being on the show. I mean, we could go on for days and days.
Hey, man, we definitely can, man. I definitely will come back.
We got to do part 2 of this.
I got a lot of projects, man. Like I say, right now, I am the executive director for the National Racial Justice Network for the state of New York. I was appointed that on December 3rd. I am the ambassador for POST, which is Protect Our Stolen Treasures, which is Dr. Candace Brewer's organization in Spartanburg, South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina, actually. And I'm also over with Elite, with EVRU, and I'm working on Giant Steps. So those are the 4 entities that I'm working on in my life. And as they progress, if you want to bring me back and we explain the progress and where we're going with it, I'll be more than happy, man.
Well,
I thank you so much for inviting me out, King. Man.
And listen, God bless you. And I think I talked to you yesterday, and we discussed some things, and I just want to send you my love. And remember what I said, we're not going to claim that little illness.
Oh, no, man. Hey, this was only trying to stop me from getting where you see when it happened. Exactly right. When everything is unfolding. This month here, but hey, man, look, it's a small thing for a giant. You know what I'm saying? I work directly for God, man. So I'm protected in every aspect, man. The prayers is all I ask for. Anyone that, really care, put up the prayers, because that's where it counts. You know what I'm saying? Put up the prayers for the work, man. Pray for our youth, man. Pray for our future, man. Help us to redevelop and rebuild our communities after this so-called CV-19. This pandemic.
Take care, my brother.
All right, peace, King.
Yo, what's up, world? Thank you for tuning in to the Mental Margarita Show. I am the Rebel, and this is my rant. We've all heard the saying, you are what you eat. And it's true. You see, the foods that we eat have a direct impact on our physical and mental health. If we want to be healthy and happy, we need to be mindful of the foods that we put into our bodies. Eating a balanced diet is important to provide our bodies the nutrients it needs to function properly. And if we don't, then we start to feel fatigued, depressed, or even sick. And then vice versa. Eating too much of certain foods can lead to weight gain or other health problems. So what does a balanced diet look like? Well, a good place to start is the food pyramid. No, I'm just kidding like a baby cat. Where you can really start is by including plenty of fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, low-fat dairy, or even a protein in your diet. Make sure that it's lean. And don't be scared to add some healthy fats in there too, okay? Of course, everybody's body is different, and we all have different nutritional diets or needs. So it's important to listen to your body and make sure that you put in the best into your body. If you have any specific dietary restrictions or allergies, make sure that you take those into account when planning your meals as well. When it comes down to it, you are what you eat. Eating a healthy diet is one of the most important things you can do for your body and your mind. So let's make sure that we're putting in good things into our bodies, yes? And also, always be aware of self, be aware of mind, and be aware of others. Thank you, and carpe diem.
You're starstruck, here's a sprinkle of the stardust. Hold your champagne glass and your cigars up. See the guys with mob ties drive the cars up. Bright lights, most nights they buy the bars up. Candy coated Chevy cars on the highway. It's Frankie baby, it's on and this is my way. Dean Martin at the Sands this Friday. With Sammy Davis, here's a little hint where I stay. The city shines like Liberace's mansion. And you know Elvis had the whole city dancing. Showgirl silhouette steady prancing. Shout out to June, just the Copa Girls anthem. Legal gambling.